Hello, everybody, and welcome to another trip through the Nostalgia Vault. This is Booker Player 1 playing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo. Off the jump, I love the fact that we got the voice samples and vocals for the theme song. I thought that was super cool. No, Rita Repulsa has set the entire city on fire. Gotta find 5 teenagers with attitude. We'll take Kimberly for our first level. So you got your bog standard putties. That's basically your only enemy for the entire game. They come in different flavors of varying strength and weapons. Oh, these trenchcoat guys. Oh god, they're not trenchcoat guys at all. Kick them in the balls. So, one gameplay feature I feel this version has over the movie edition of the game is that all of the Rangers other than Billy have just a standard dive kick instead of like a jump punch. That's the way of the Ranger. If you're facing a powerful enemy, just kick them in the crotch over and over. Here we have Bones from the Season 1, Episode 2, High Five. So even though Kimberly has a bow, she will use it like a sword. Now, the other Rangers, if you hold up and press attack, will do the end of their attack string combo, like the finisher, the overhead. If you do it with Kimberly, you get arrow. You got your grand sweeping power move, your bomb. A screen nuke, as we called them in the old days. We called them screen nukes. It was the fashion at the time. Got some pro wrestling moves going on there. So you can go above your max health by a couple, like a level or two. And if I remember correctly, your health carries over between levels. You can destroy the car if you want to, there's no reason to. Alright, let's go find us a boss. It's Bones! He has a sword attack. He kind of winds up for, obviously. Just stay on top of him and keep hitting him so he doesn't do it. Alright, so now he's just going to be legs and a torso. He still jumps, and he'll shoot a fireball. But really not too dangerous. That should be it for that. And then just nuke his head with your bomb. That's it for level 1. There's your password. You know, to get out of this level. Okay, moving on with our life. We'll go with Trini. So I was the right age group for Power Rangers. I grew up as a Turtles kid, and just as I was starting to get bored with Turtles, Power Rangers came along and kind of took 90s kids by storm. So the first episode I caught was like halfway through, and it did its job. It was, you know, trying to sell me hunks of plastic and get me hyped up, and it did its job. But I didn't understand the different personas the Rangers had out of the suits. I just saw brightly colored heroes fighting monsters and thought it was really cool. Which leads to later that week at school, you know, talking to other kids about Power Rangers at school, and like, oh, well, let's go play Power Rangers at recess. And I'm like, alright, well, I'm gonna be the Yellow Ranger, not knowing the Yellow Ranger was a girl. Which led to no small amount of being made fun of. Faced the wrong way. I really do like Trini's jump animation here. Like, it's really cool. And this isn't a deep game, but it's a very pretty game. Like, a lot of good sprite work. Trini, of course, gets the good jump kick. So a lot of the hazards will hit the putties. Those barrels are not one of them. And then here we've got Gnarly Gnome, Season 1, Episode 5, Different Drum. Who just kind of shows up and then vanishes. You also do get a full life bar when you reach the point in the level where the game morphs you. You get a full life bar out of it. So if you're injured while in your street clothes, you'll get a full heal once you morph. And this level introduces some platforming to us. Yeah, don't get stuck between enemies, otherwise you just take a lot of damage for no reason. These flaming pieces of metal are one of the hazards that can injure the putties, so I just usually stand over here and attack the guys off screen. Yeah, see, our life bar is like a bluish color now. Go above your max. Some more platforming here. Up that way is a bomb. We don't need it. We already have one. And we haven't used it, so. There's wall jumping in this game, which I thought was cool. Some fire jets in the middle there. Don't get hit by them. And yes, you have to destroy the little laser thing before the game allows you to progress. It counts as an enemy. Oop, it's too far off. Do some push-ups to some squats to get ready for that jump. This is about as precise as the platforming gets in this game. Ugh. I'm so bad. It's not a great platformer for these sections, just to be honest. The jump mechanics leave a little to be desired. It's no Mario, put it that way. Thankfully here, the only thing the jumps do if you miss is just, you know, eats up your time. We have some jumps coming up in stage 4, which are can be game enders because there's pits involved. Now on to our boss fight. Good old gnarly gnome doing gnarly gnome stuff. So he teleports around, he'll fire that projectile. He has an attack with his accordion he'll do if he's on the ground floor sometimes. Just gonna kind of follow where he's gonna teleport to and whack him. So he has a melee move. I was gonna say he has a melee move that hurts real bad, and there it is. Using that teleport cycle, just use your bomb. Get some good damage on him. And that should be it. And we get to move on to another stage. We'll take our boy in blue, Billy. Billy, one of the 2 Power Rangers I have dressed up as for Halloween as a child. The other being the White Ranger. Billy is still the one character who's decided that, like, a dive kick is bad and doesn't want to have one. He's definitely the most awkward to play as in his street clothes. The little iceberg battery lightning things don't hurt you unless they run into you. You can kick them. Throwing stuff here is funny. Suplex. Suplex. That's how I kill spiders in real life. I just punch them. Kick him in the crotch. Simon Belmont's gonna sue somebody. Those little drill things on top aren't really that dangerous. Like, don't let them hit you, but pretty easy to avoid. We have one of my favorite monsters here from the episode I Guy, Season 1, Episode 8. It's I Guy. Because up until this point as a child, all the bad guys from the things I were interested in were stuff, you know, like Ninja Turtles, where it's just a robot, or a mutant animal, or some such. And a lot of the monsters in Power Rangers were the same way. They were just monstrous animals, but I Guy was one of the first ones I saw that was just a big pile of eyeballs. And it was like stuff like that was a new concept to me as a kid. So I just always thought it was a neat monster. This guy's less neat. Oh, Mr. Putty. Ooh woo. What are you doing? Oh. Oh. Oh, I got some gas there. Don't do that. Don't run into the gas. It's bad. Oh, I wanna back up, but I can't. I shouldn't. This is probably my favorite level in terms of design. Just there's a lot of different stuff in it, and it's got my favorite monster in it. So. So when you're in the water, you want to go down like this, so the putties will not duck to hit you, and then take them out when the water goes down. Some more health. This is what I'm talking about, like, here's a section where you have to use the wall jump to proceed. Just like a good solid level design. And of course, reminds me of like a poor man's Mega Man. Smash that bad gas. Ah, don't do that, folks. That's bad. That's bad what I did. Where I took unnecessary damage. Don't do that. The water here never goes low enough that you can kill those putties, so just don't even go down there. Just avoid that whole mess. Go down here and avoid all the choppy, spiky things that want to kill you. We're just gonna wait for the water to go up. So we want to get up there. I think. There's a spot with some extras that we can get. I believe this is it. It is. It's the weirdest item placement in the game. Because it gives you 2 bombs and there's no reason for it because you can't carry more than one, so I don't know why they do that. But there you go. That's a chance to get some more health. And some more health, just in case you didn't have enough yet. And really, our goal here is to, which should be our goal for every boss fight, but to try to kill Eye Guy while taking as little damage as possible, since health carries over between levels, because level 4 is really hard compared to the rest of the game. Just a lot of enemies. That being said, Eye Guy's not that tough. That's really the worst move he has is the body slam. You can run into him, don't take any damage unless he's doing the body slam move. Oh, getting bodied. I'm just getting greedy with my hits. There we go. Now his only move is the Master Eye, is just shoot that little laser at us. Well, so much for conserving that health, like I said, because that didn't go well. It's alright, though. I'll take Zack. Use a little bit of that hip-hop keto that I've heard so much about. This level is just a slog. It's a lot of enemies on screen at once. That guy would not die. Those will fall. Just walk under them and keep going. It's fine. Don't do what I just did. I was trying to hope for iframes. It did not work. Got some chicken. So while I like Trini's jump animation the most, I think Zack has the best combo, doing the hip-hop, like, head spin stuff. It looks cool. The fact that all the street closed version of the Rangers are different shows at least a little time was taken to make them all feel a little different. We have Genie from the Season 1, Episode 16, title Switching Places. This is the one monster out of all the bosses that's out of order. The boss in the next area is actually in an episode before this one. I'm dancing. Obviously, just don't let any of this stuff hit you. Now, at the end of this elevator section, there's a bar we're gonna have to jump onto, one of those overhanging bars. If you fall off, miss the jump, whatever, you just fall in a pit and die. It's the one level in the game that has pits you can fall into and die. It is a very, very Nintendo hard concept. Yeah, right here, this one. That tripped me up a bunch as a kid, especially the first time I got there. Ooh, health kit, need that. The only thing that disappointed me about playing as Zack is not getting his, using his axe as a gun. So I just thought it was a really neat concept. It's an axe and a gun. Feel free to knock those guys in the pit. No reason not to. Also, feel free to use a bomb here because we're getting ready to pick up another one. And here's... Oh, I jumped right in there! Oh my goodness. As I say, this game does not have good controls for platforming. But it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't do something completely stupid in the middle of it. Again, this is the most unfairly difficult level in the whole game. The rest of it's very kid-friendly. and save our bomb. There's no reason to grab the other one. Like, all I was trying to do was, was do that, so I could get on the same level as the platform. I just walked right off into the pit. And same thing, those things will shoot lasers at you. If they hit you mid-jump, it knocks you back into the pit and you die. See, I still almost overshot that little mini-boss right here. This thing's also super annoying. Because it likes to fly under the platform and just not come up. You can use your bomb to destroy it if you want to. It's really terrible enemy design. See, it almost happened right there. We got lucky, I fell back on the platform and didn't die. We've got a bomb for the boss, but we don't really need it. This is probably even though the level's super hard, the boss is stupid easy. Because you can basically lock him into a pattern of not being able to do anything, which we now have him in. Because he has the same pattern, he just teleports back and forth. And you can interrupt his attacks. Easy boss. And we'll take Jason for our last side-scrolling level. The elevation here can actually not be your friend, since those guys throw knives. I always thought these pillars looked like there were people stuck in them, because they're definitely people-shaped. You cannot duck on the sword guys. Their attack is a full sweeping, hits you no matter where you're standing, so just don't let them. Chicken. Backhand. Jason's got that confidence. He's wearing them skinny red jeans. And from Season 1, Episode 15, we have Dark Warrior from the episode of the same name. There's be some rolling barrels in this section. You can either duck or use your overhead to destroy them. Or just jump them. Dodging that's kind of tricky. You just gotta be standing in the right spot. The hitbox is wonky. Thankfully, it hits the putties too, so at least it's fair. Just be careful because it spawns a barrel like right in your face, and then there's a guy with a gun right behind him. The stage is pretty long too, but like the combat feels more fair. That's really the most unfair thing in this level is that overhead laser guy. Destroy that monitor. As a kid, I always tried to figure out like what this level was supposed to be. I always thought maybe it was like the inside of the Zords or like the command center or something. It's like turrets or whatever. Just whack them, they go away. So this is the area I like to call the giant laser of death. Anytime you hear that noise, duck or climb up. Otherwise that giant laser will, you know, it'll totally hurt you. Real bad. Once again though, it's symmetrical. It hits the bad guys too. And then just start whacking it. Our goal is to destroy it through it. Carve through these doors. And this is the command center. We're just doing all kinds of damage to our own stuff. It's fine. Alpha can fix it. That's what we keep him around for. Alright, Dark Warrior. Really not a hard boss fight. Ooh. That's like his most dangerous move, is if he does his dash from like off screen. He has that move, he'll jump up and drop a bomb. That's about it. He will switch weapons at one point to a Kurasagama, like a ball and chain. Not sure if it actually has a sickle or not, it may just be a ball and chain. When he switches is a good time to use your bomb, he's about halfway dead when you do that. Ooh, from off screen again. That's the only time he's really dangerous, is if he's off screen, he's probably winding up for that jab. Got him. See, this room just looks very command center-y. Yeah, whatever. Now we have something that was sorely missing from the movie edition, which is Zord fights. Our first one is against Mutitis from episodes 128 and 129, season 1, episode 28-29, Island of Illusion. So the way the Zord fights work is you have a meter on the bottom that builds up over time, and the button that you were using for your bombs now does your super. You can hold backwards to block attacks. The longer you let that meter build up, the stronger your attack is. The boss works the same way. As you can see, that's your best move. Mutitis isn't really that tough. He's pretty easy. Pow! Of course, Mutitis is just the warm-up fight. We're now in a fight with Cyclopsis from episode 39 and 40 from season 1. Cyclopsis being an ancient Zord powered by Rita's henchman Goldar. Now the trick to this fight is to try to conserve your health, because it's a two-part fight. He has two forms. So once you kill this half, you have to kill his other half. So don't go too nuts with your health. Alright, we got a lot of health left. We should be okay. Yeah, denied! That's really your best bet. Just keep him in the corner and wail on him. Save up your super for either that little fireball we can shoot or your actual special. Jump over his if he does it. Ah, he blocked it. What a jerk. Like, it still does chip damage, but yeah. Gotcha. Bam! Now it's time to head to Ernie's Juice Bar, knock back a few non-alcoholic cold ones, because we're teenagers with attitude. Just point out this car right here that, you know, the girls are trying to do their best to look hot, and, you know, Jason's, of course, looks cool because he's the driver, got the one arm up. Billy looks super bored, like he doesn't want to be here, and this is like the most excited he's ever been in his life to be in a car. Like, this is the car ride. He cannot wait to get to the juice bar. He's all about this life. His life is juice bar. So, in addition to wanting to play this as another in a long line of nostalgic games I have planned to play, this one is special to me for the reason that this was the first game that I was ever able to beat as a child on my own without, like, you know, a friend or like, you know, my dad helping me or using like the Game Genie because I had one of those as a kid. This is the first game that I was able to legitimately beat on my own, start to finish. I was like so proud of myself. It was like my first real like, ah, yes, gaming, it means something. A profound moment in my history as a gamer. As profound as video games can be. And if you're a Power Rangers fan, it's just a fun, you know, it's a fun romp through some of the highlights of Season 1, just in terms of the monsters. Now, are there better monsters they could have chosen? Like, I think so. Like, I think the Sphinx monster would have been cool, or even just fighting Goldar at some point would have been really cool. There's probably some other ones. The pig monster would have been a neat one to fight. So once again, thanks to the Power Rangers, Angel Grove and the world at large is safe. But for how long? Since Rita Repulsa still lives. Still lurks. And then you get these nifty codes at the end. So if you go to the password screen and input those codes, it'll launch up the Megazord fight, but it'll be two-player mode. Player 1 controls the Megazord, and Player 2 controls either Mutitis or Cyclops' Form 1 or Form 2, depending on what code you put in. So it's like a fun little versus thing you can do. And really the only two-player thing you can do in the game, unfortunately. Anyways, that has been another trip through the Nostalgia Vault. I thank anybody who stopped by to watch, anyone who's going to comment, like, subscribe, click the bell, any of that fun stuff. It's greatly appreciated. Hope you enjoyed another romp through the 90s and my childhood. Until next time, please, everybody, stay safe.